In 19th century Australia, life for poor settlers was harsh. Among the struggling Irish families was the Kellys, scraping a living in rural Victoria. In 1854, their son Ned was born. Into poverty, discrimination, and constant suspicion from the colonial police.
Professor, who was Ned Kelly at his core?
He was the son of a transported convict, raised in a world that branded his family as criminals before they had even acted. By his teens, Ned had already clashed with the law, often for petty reasons, sometimes through injustice. To the authorities, he was a dangerous troublemaker. But to many poor settlers, he was a symbol of resistance against corrupt policing and the wealthy squatters who controlled the land.
Kelly's life was marked by hardship. Arrests, beatings, and the constant hounding of his family pushed him further from society. When his mother was imprisoned after a violent dispute with police, Ned declared war. Gathering a small band of loyal followers, he took to the bush.
So this is where the legend really begins?
Yes, Ned Kelly's gang robbed banks, but with a twist. They burned mortgage records to free poor farmers from debt. They gave out money and treated hostages with rough courtesy. To some, they were outlaws. To others, they were folk heroes, striking back at a system stacked against the working class.
But Kelly's most famous act was his last. In June 1880, surrounded by police at Glenrowan, he donned a homemade suit of iron armor, a helmet, breastplate, and greaves forged from plowshares. Bullets bounced from his chest as he strode through the gunfire. For a moment, he looked invincible, a working man turned knight of iron.
And yet his fate was sealed.
Yes, shot in the legs where the armor left him bare, Ned was captured. At his trial, he stood defiant, but the sentence was death. On November 11th, 1880, at the age of just 25, Ned Kelly was hanged. His last reported words were, "Such is life."